Hello, as promised, we are gonna look at how to handle our function calls. And to speed up things, I have just created here a skeleton of the result handler where we are gonna handle the function call. So then I have added it here, which I'm gonna rename it. Result handler is not the best. Let's say tool call handler, and gonna put it here. Tool handler, and here we have a function called handle tools, which are gonna pass the tools that the LLM is telling us to execute, and the functions that you have available, right? And then let's start to implement it here. What thing we're gonna need it is to create a functions map, where we're gonna create a map with the function itself and the function name. So next, we are gonna create a partial response, type response with everything empty, because you're gonna be passing and populating those things as we proceed. So next, we are gonna look over all the tools that was given to us. Here, we need to have a list. This is a list of tools, and here we're gonna have 4 tools, and I'm gonna look over the tools, and they're gonna be handling the call for that tool. And we pass the tool call and the function map and the partial response that we have just created up here. So here on the handle call, we will capture the name of the tool call function name, and we are gonna check if that name is in our list of available tools, and if not, we are gonna just print that function is not in the function map. So, and it would be good if we actually print the name of the function. Not in the function map. And we are gonna actually set some partial response messages, and we are gonna actually append, and here we are gonna append some object, and this object will be role, it would be tool, and the content would be a function, let's say error, let's say tool name not found in the function map. Say that it's not found. So our LLM can identify what that means. I think it's good to have the tool call as well. Tool name, and tool call ID. And yeah, so in case of we don't have the map available, we just populated this to our messages saying that we didn't find it, and return. So we are basically skipping we are not executing a function that we don't know, right? So obviously. So then we go to function tool. Then now it's going to actually execute, since we have the function available. Let's actually execute it, and we pass the name of the function and the function call itself to our tool. And here we're going to actually do the execution, right? So first thing, we are going to get the arguments for this function, and we're going to do that, wrap that in a JSON. Tools, function, parameters, and I think it's just parameters. Have the arg call to call confirm. Just debug and see. We can debug, print, and then let's say the executing tools, and actually let now raw result, see, and then we're gonna say function call, path, name, and pass the arguments for them, and we actually return it. And we get the response of that. So result call, and now that we have our result raw, we want to handle the function result, right? And we pass this to the result that we got into this function, and then let's implement this here. And the first thing we need to do when you're trying to handle it that is check if it is already of the if. So the first thing is check the result is already of the type function result that we are already going to return. If it is, we just return it. If the result it is actually a agent, we are just setting the result to the agent, and we set it to our function result a new agent, and the name of the value would be the assistant name that we are actually executing. And so if it is not the agent, we then return the result itself wrapped in this function result. And then if anything goes wrong, we just handle it and say the issue, and just print here to know what was the issue and return the error. That's basically it for the result. So then you have the result, and now we have to populate our message, giving information about the result. So you say the role, it's tool name is the name of the function that you are executing, the tool call ID is the ID, and we give here as the content the result of the tool itself. Right? And then one extra thing that you need to do here is check the result was set a new agent, right? We need to update this partial response with the new agent to be executed in the next loop, right? I think that's basically it for our handle call. And here we need to return the partial response, which will basically have everything populated, and we can then use it in here, response, and we can maybe debug, and see response to handling. We can actually get response. Let's see what you have. Agent messages. Yeah, let's print the whole response. I think that's basically it. Let's run and see what we get. Has not removed two function parameters. Right? Two function parameter. So I did a quick debugging here, and I found that this name here is argument. Here it's arguments rather than parameters. And let's run it again. Yeah, so now it works fine. We then have our executing tools is the transfer to cancel flights with no arguments. We don't have argument. And the response of it is basically a message mentioning the role, the tool name, the caller ID and the content, which you just, I will transfer you to the flight cancellation department with the response of our function that we have in here. So at the moment we have something very simple, and it's basically that we have covered how we execute and handling the result of our function calls or tools call. Next lesson, we are gonna set up the agents to actually do a proper work to handling calls and questions from users to a airline company. So see you in the next lesson.